you make some decision, some pick because of that, and then they just further put themselves in a better position because they just counterpick you more or something. It just becomes worse and worse.
Oh, it definitely happens. That's why I think the most important thing any captain has to do is to prep the opener.
Yeah.
It's the most important thing because you can't go back. And that's really what defines your draft. If you visualize strategy as like a tree, you can't really... You essentially are picking... You're going down like a couple of forks the moment you pick your opener, and your options are now very limited. You still have a plethora of options, but you can't go back if you draft, say, both supports, or you, I don't know, you ban something and you're first doing Terrorblade. Like, your draft is now defined already, and if you lose that, you can't really go. You're just screwed.
So once you become a techies picker, you can't really ever redeem yourself.
No. You're a slacks level.
Yeah, I think Secret need to join Complexity at the Sir Action Slacks Techies training course.
Yeah. I mean, Wagamama has a good
game. That didn't work out. I'll tell you what has worked out for Complexity is they have just completed a 2-0 victory over Empire. That's a good bounce back.
Yeah.
After, losing yesterday?
Yep, lost to Fly the Moon yesterday.
So they just have to theoretically win one of their remaining series to get through to the next round? Okay.
Two for sure. One would probably get them there, but... There are some other results which are a bit odd, of course. Fly the Moon have a 2-0 record in that group right now.
Okay.
I think that they have to be looking at Mineski.
Yeah.
Well, here we go with the next draft. I think something that I always feel with Puppy and Secret drafts is if they do get a bit overconfident or have like a good streak or in a good place as a team, they'll pick stuff that they just want to play rather than think about the draft a lot. Like we saw it early in the tournament. Puppy loves picking Spirit Break. He loves to play the hero. Wraith King, another example. Crystal Maiden. There's certain heroes that Puppy particularly just likes and enjoys playing, and he'll just draft them based on that alone.
I think Spirit Breaker is legit right now. I know Kyle doesn't like him, but
I don't like to random him. You end up with 4 items in your inventory, and none of them help you.
You don't like randoming him twice in a row.
Yeah, I don't even know how that was possible.
No.
I'm feeling those Spirit Breaker pickups though.
That's when you play the first one, you're like, well,
never again.
You know, it's only one game. And then when you get the second one, you're like, how the hell have I randomed that twice in a row?
So if the first 2 is the starting of your tree, it's usually pretty helpful for you to be able to have a wide open pickup like we've seen from the Leshracs, which was actually banned in the first 3. Those kind of picks really offer you just the extra amount of versatility where it can be core or support. The Rubik opener is pretty good just because most of the heroes run right now are actually pretty good for Rubik to have. Like oftentimes you say like, oh, because of this, Rubik's going to look really good. So you think Rubik needs to be counterpicked, but the reality is it's just you can actually open with Rubik and most heroes is going to be fine.
You want something that's either multiplayer, multi-role, or multi-lane. So if you pick as an example the Night Stalker, that can be your 3, your 4. You have multiple people that can play it. It can pretty much go anywhere. The alternative is you can do what Navi did, which is what you see a lot of second picks do. You saw Liquid do it 3 games in a row. You take your 3 and your 4. It's a very strong combination. They complement one another, and you just sort of build your draft from there, saving your last pick for your win condition player.
All right, guys. We actually have this feels like an actual game now. You know,
yeah.
Secret's drafting
a
heroes.
Proper draft.
Navi, sticking to the same formula, always drafting heroes. It feels like this is like Secret, like, okay, now we're actually in game 1 for them with the Techies Wraith King opener long gone. They go for staple heroes, Puppy's Bounty, Yapster's Rubik. This is much more what you'd kind of expect out of a Team Secret opening draft.
Okay, so I feel like most of the traditional logic on Bounty Hunter is kind of being eschewed. Like the whole concept of Bounty Hunter being this really annoying harasser against these mid heroes or other supports. So it used to be you just pick tankier heroes, like heroes that really aren't affected by that, and you're fine. But it's actually, Bounty Hunter is being picked against these quite often. Like, just look at this. It's Beastmaster ET. You actually can't challenge those heroes very well with Bounty Hunter when it comes to the laning phase. So what is it about Bounty Hunter? Why are we picking Bounty Hunter now?
I like it a lot against Elder Titan. I think it's a hero that you probably look to ban against Secret, perhaps later in the draft. And I don't know if they had a core in mind they wanted to select just yet.
Why do you like it against Elder Titan, at least?
It's all about interrupting the stomp and finding him. I think that the go-to hero, like Brewmaster as an example, you want heroes that can find him and either control him or kill him. And specifically, Bounty, you you don't ever really want to play into Elder Titan in the laning phase. You want to rotate on him and kill him and pressure other lanes. Because Elder Titan, he sticks in a lane, spams his W, and whacks people with a briefcase, but he's not ready to travel. Yeah. So you can rotate, Elder Titan can't. Maybe you show up and kill him, and then throughout the game you track him, and it's easy to play against.
And I think also to kind of answer your question, from my perspective, it's become less important to, poke at the lanes and do some harass here and there. Vision has become much more key, and that's something Bounty Hunter gives you in spades. He has this ability to get really deep wards up. Sniping couriers has become such a bigger, prominent thing as well. If you can't get items out to your team, it could be really problematic, and that seems like this new way of playing the Bounty Hunter and causing all kinds of problems. So we've just seen players kind of adapt and grow different ways of playing the hero, and also play him as a 5, because I think playing him as a 4, giving him some farm, it's a hero that really doesn't need any farm.
Yep. I'd agree.
I like that. That's what I was like, information, and then maybe sometimes a movement speed. But here, I don't think that advantage really warrants too much.
I mean, I just really enjoy listening to God speak. He's just brings such a new direction with this thinking.
I'm
ready for the flame.
No, that's it.
For now.
That's all.
Okay.
There's nothing else to say. I mean, Venge picked up, pretty standard, easy combo with the Beastmaster and the ET. You can already see the synergy in Navi's draft. I expect them to take one of their 2 next, obviously, and then I'd like them to last pick Crystallize as hero. I think you give Dendi a playmaker. I'm looking at probably Puck or Quap in this game, especially with the Disruptor ban from Secret. I think Quap is really nice, especially against Rubik Bounty.
We talked about FY's Rubik earlier. Where do you put Yapsels on that list of all-time greats?
All-time greats is tough to say.
On the Rubik.
He's too young, oh my goodness.
The guy has 131
all the times that you've been calling
games.
Chaos Knight.
That's a dangerous hero into ET.
The guy has 131 pro games on Rubik.
I mean, yeah, it's all right. It's top 10 at least.
Yeah. My first thought when he asked would be like top 10. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, there's just too many people that play Rubik. That's the thing. It's like it doesn't matter how good you are on the hero. It's about how many moments do you have. How many Twitch clips do you have in a major final? How many people are banning it against you in the first 3? And I don't know. The CK is really nice against Beastmaster Venge. I love it against those heroes. I'm just concerned that it's a little early. And I've seen Secret pick this hero in this spot before. In Bucharest, they picked it against me with their last 3 CK Underlord Death Prophet. It's really good synergy with some hero mid that can just sort of a range core, really. I think Lina, SF,
takes
DP,
advantage of the
Sniper,
space that you create, right?
The space and the minus armor on your W, plus the amount of information. Like, CK's going in. So
Sniper?
I think with the DK pick, I like Lina a lot here.
Okay.
Yeah. You want that mix of damage, right?
SF's also very good. I would say Leshrac, but of course it's banned, but I think that would be like Secret's 100% immediate pick here, because you want something that synergizes with the Bounty Hunter. Like, CK Bounty Rubik, no real wave clear, not much tower pressure. You need to accelerate and kill people. Like, you need something that helps you do that. Timbersaw ain't bad.
Ooh.
3 strength heroes.
Yeah. Very
Mix
good pick
of damage.
Yeah, and you can see how much physical damage Navi's lineup is geared for, and Timber just sort of negates that entirely. I like it.
They had this nice setup where they've got so much aura coming out of VS and Beastmaster. That being said, with the Chaos Knight, because of the single target focus of Venge and Beastmaster, we know it's going to be a 5 position. So Navi can still kind of swerve with their draft and pick up some sort of last pick that does give them maybe a little bit more magic damage or AoE control.
It's hard because carries are optional. The only one that comes to mind to me is the Morphling with the E-Blade build, which is the Crystallized hero, perhaps.
You can't. You'll get crushed. I like. You know what I'd pick here? Necrophos.
You know, with
Timber.
all the tank, it seems like Necrophos would be good. He just got nerfed so hard into the ground.
What about a Bloodseeker? That's on paper a great Timber counter. You know, you got the AoE nuke and damage for the CK and his illusions.
The problem is he just stands still and then Yulzes himself on the blood right. And CK also eats him alive. I think you gotta. It's not gonna be Necro. A boy can dream though. It's gonna be OD.
Yeah, I was gonna say OD, and you'd put the side lane DK. But basically, all your side lane carries are mostly physical damage dealers, right? Except for the morph that you pointed out. So you got to get magic or pure damage in this case.
And you really I like a DK carry this game. It seems to be a Russian thing. Ramses does it very well. I've seen, what's his face? I saw Naive play it in a game in a qualifier earlier. Like the safe lane DK, the armlet build sometimes the Shadow Blade is just super good here, and you never want to put him mid against Timber. But now that's an off-lane Timbersaw, and everything changes. Ember Spirit is an excellent hero against ET for the same reason Bounty Hunter is. In and out, lots of burst damage. You interrupt his stomp, you dodge his stomp, and you just don't give a damn about that hero.
And this is one of those
Same with Venge.
classic mid-one heroes.
Yeah,
yep.
Exactly.
He loves it. It's received some buffs, so I think Secret probably really happy reading those patch logs. Like, sweet, this is another hero we love to play. We're very comfortable on. So
all the more reason to switch because we have a DK versus Ember, and DK can't really pressure Ember Spirit. There are other heroes who take advantage of it.
It has to be, I think, DK safe. And I still think you go OD here.
Yeah, I'm still okay with that.
I think you have to pick it. You need something. It crushes Ember Spirit in lane, like super hard. Like I've talked with Sumel about that, and he's just like, yeah, it's just demoralizing. Like you think you're doing well, you can first blood him, and then you're just like, wait, he just hit me 3 times. I'm over here now at my tower.
Maybe if Invoker was a better hero.
I think it's too slow. He gets hunted too easily. Bounty Hunter, Rubik just kind of kill him.
Same problem with like a Tinker mid as well. You're facing up against a Bounty Hunter with an Ember Spirit diving you.
Yeah. And you can't pick anything that does real... Like, you need pure or magical damage. Obviously, you'd prefer something that synergizes with Beastmaster, which is part of the reason I like OD so much.
The other Den hero who's played a bit is Lina. It seems okay as well.
I think Lina is actually very bad against Ember. I think you can beat him in lane, sure, but Ember's a better hero than you throughout the game, and you can't really burst him very easily. Plus,
Chaos Knight
especially
is
into
too
Rubik,
tanky,
I think you're way too squishy. OD can build in a way that he doesn't need. He's not buying a Yules, right? He's buying maybe a Hurricane Pike and a Blink later and a BKB. But Lina's not going for a BKB to like 3rd or 4th item. OD's going to get its 2nd item, and you need one in this game.
And that's always a problem. As you can see, we're going down to the last pick, and we already called it a long time ago. I think Navi felt like they were backed up into only one hero.
No, they were just talking about what they wanted to do with this pick, I feel. Because you want to think about how are we laning against Timbersaw right now? Are you going to try and shut him down or just trade? Because theoretically, you can just put DK against him. They'll trade for a while.
Trade out,
Exactly. Do you swap lanes after? Like, how do you want to neutralize this Timbersaw? And how do you ensure that the laning phase goes optimally for you? Because if you get run over in lane, it's hard.
You don't think it's a bad thing that they're left with only one choice at the last pick? Like, Secret should kind of know what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, but, like, that's just the pick, you know? It's... In some ways, I feel like Secret might have not...
Forgotten about the OD?
Yeah. Like, I don't know how
you're
you're
like, oh, it's DK mid. We can just pick Ember Spirit before we know what the mid matchup is.
They banned Skyrath, so I think they thought that would have been a hero that could have dumpstered on Ember.
That's the thing. I don't even think it's that bad. I think Ember beats Skyrath, too.
The same way, like, with the Lina, where, like, the lanes are up, but after that, once you get your levels, you can just, dive in
and you can itemize. You can itemize against that. You can't really buy anything against OD. Like, a Yules, what do you buy? I actually think Navi takes this game.
Okay, Kyle's going for Navi. Cap.
I don't know. Kyle's kind of winning me over with this push for the OD. I'll go Navi. Sure.
So 2-0 for Navi for both you two.
I fully believe in mid-one's Ember Spirit. Secret, I think, have got this game. Yapso's Rubik, Puppy Bounty Hunter. I think they've gone way more in their comfort area here with their Game 2 draft.
Okay, so Secret for Gods. Right then, we're all set for game number 2. Can the legend of Ember Spirit via mid-1 and, of course, some legendary Yaps or Rubik drag them out of the gutter? They've come away from the techies' vacation, definitely moved back to home. Let's get back into it with game number 2.
All right, looking forward to this one here. We obviously, the drafts are set, and something tells me this game is going to be a little bit different of a pace here with Secret versus Navi.
Yeah, it could be a little bit closer. Know what I want to know?
What's that?
Will Dendy possibly whip and or Nene? You can actually see at epiclive.gg where you can watch the game and just player reactions, which is super fun. You can, you can watch Secret too. If you want to watch Puppy's facial expressions, do all that, but about the game, man, I'm kind of with Gods that I think Ember could just take over this game, but OD versus Ember is like an 80-20 matchup. If he gets no help, obviously the Bounty Hunter might have to help out a little bit, but this OD could just absolutely dominate Ember.
There are some very comfortable player-hero combinations. There's always stress on that, the Ember in the hands of mid-1, as they were talking about. Honestly, Puppy playing the Bounty Hunter. You look at that, and you were even mentioning when you saw the Bounty Hunter draft, it's like, teams ban this hero against Secret all the time, so for a very good reason. So he's got that Bounty Hunter. He's going to be hunting around. Yapzor's, of course, on Rubik. I think it's safe to say this is almost the hero that gave him the Yap God nickname to an extent, so this is a much, much, much more comfortable draft for Secret. And I am still looking forward to a good clash, though, with that said. Navi really came out swinging in game 1.
Yeah, they did. And I think Navi, once again, you know, you have the Ors, the Venge, the Beastmaster, even the Elder Titan, and then you have that frontliner in DK. This very well could, if they somehow have the laning phase they did last game, which I doubt they will, it could be another 25, 30 minute Navi just runs over them. But obviously Secret, as you said, they actually got heroes that we know they're good with. I'm not saying Yapzor's bad at techies, but we know he's good at Rubik. And
yeah.
I mean, Rubik Bounty Hunter opening is, it could be one of Secret's like most popular ones. So
middle lane, Vengeful Spirit is setting up for a courier snipe, by the way, behind the tower, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. No courier coming out, mid one keeping it back, and in the end.
I think one of the things, the nerf in this last patch as well to this matchup for OD, though, if you miss your orb uphill, you lose the mana. Previously, you did not lose mana if you missed using orb, but now you do.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
So he could run out of mana a lot quicker without doing the harass. It's a little slash big thing. Who knows if it'll come into play.
Yeah. You saw the top lane. Elder Titan actually getting very low right there. It ends up being a trial lane. It looks like some rotations going about. So let's talk about how the lanes are setting up. Fata right now at the bottom lane. There has been some musical lane setting up. You see Fata, by the way, the triple mango. That seems so good on a hero like Timbersaw with this mango change.
I think the funniest thing, Yapzor has the triple mango as well. I saw earlier. So, I mean, mango obviously super good. It's almost full mana on a lot of different heroes. The regen's good as well. But, yeah, Timbersaw, if he can get to level 3, get that level 2 armor, bottom lane isn't going to be too scary, even with that wave of terror.
Yeah, it goes back to, again, that's why they were confident with that Timbersaw pick. It definitely made sense as he's getting out with that passive. Lil, he's rotating to the middle lane. Going to have that Astral Spear come back to him, but Puppey is here as well. Ember Spirit is a little bit lower, but so is Crystallize. Crystallize not expecting the Bounty Hunter. We'll just walk it off, however. Ember Spirit can't get in there to assist, and we'll just sit close by with not the most life to work with. Does have a salve, though, and there you go. Going to pop that, put the sentry down as well, make sure Puppey doesn't take it off.
Yep, and he does know now that sentry's there, so you might see Puppey come back with a sentry of his own, but already Ember 10-4 versus 5-2. Obviously, it gets worse for the Ember, but he's doing a damn good job right now already. Just securing that CS lead.
That's it's definitely, again, maybe that comfort factor most certainly coming into play for mid one here. Rubik top lane is putting some harassment. Again, this is... So this is worth mentioning, but it's actually just hitting me. Dendi is playing the Dragon Knight in the safe lane. And so that would be Crystallize on the OD middle lane. As Lil rotating over, going to run in at least, and it ends up just being a 2 versus 2, really. Not any kill going to be out. As I say that, the Chaos Ball comes out. Lil running after them, though, with that increased move speed, and he's going to zone out both heroes currently.
Yep, that was smart. He didn't go under the...
Meanwhile, Puppey goes down to the bottom lane for the first blood. Obviously missing the beginning of that action. Top lane, Elder Titan will fall, so it does end up being a 1-for-1 exchange in the long run. But again, first blood going the way of Navi.
Yeah, that's a great kill for them because Timber obviously still level 4. I don't think they can ever kill Timber anymore, but where else does Puppey go? Like middle lane, the sentry's there unless you want to commit a lot of gold to securing that middle lane, and well, there's one sentry, counters it up. So yeah, Puppey can't really do anything bottom. I think he's going to have to go between top and middle, which is usually what a Bounty Hunter does. You go between the off lane as well as middle.
When he is middle lane, though, of course, the idea is soaking experience from that Ember Spirit. By the way, what courier movement. Puppey, he's hunting for it, but great courier movement is going to keep it alive, and Crystallize will get what he needs delivered, including that salve.
Yep, that ward. It's the ward by their Ancient, scouted and going invis.
Okay.
So nice play by him. In top lane, the Rubik lifted him, so he got hit by the tower twice, and then they just ran him down after that. That was the problem. If Little just hit him twice and didn't get it by the tower, they would have been fine, but Yapzor with this perfect timing throws him back into the tower, and that helps out.
Mid one, meanwhile, getting very low in the middle, and this has been happening a bit this game already, only 4 minutes in, but several heroes getting just about killed off, but only setting up for a kill on either side so far. But now as we hit the 4 minute mark, Puppey, Bounty Rune Control coming out, he'll pick up that one. He'll go and get the one on his side as well, General running over, and Puppey will wait to the last second to be like, ha, you ain't getting it. So a little bit of frustration from General, I'm sure, but that's just going to happen with a Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, it is. And now you see Ember, right? He's winning that early CS, but now OD has a free lane. Ember has to go back and farm, and when Ember TP's back, I mean, he's just going to continuously get orbed again if Puppey's not here, but Puppy is here.
There he is. He opens on a Crystallize. That Flame Guard put up. Plenty of damage on a Crystallize. LeBron Dota puts his Magic Missile stun on mid one at least, but Crystallize still being run down. Can mid one get close enough to hero block? The Sleight of Fist is not enough initially, but that Flame Guard's still burning. However, the Astral Imprisonment puts himself under. Puppy, though, I'm guessing is going to look to finish the job. Yeah, he will. He might die in response, though. Wave of Terror. Not enough mana for a Magic Missile, but more than enough damage to secure the turn kill. But obviously, if you're Puppy there, you're overall pretty happy.
Yeah, that was a great trade. And I love how they do that dive with creeps. They had 2 creeps with them that were tanking the tower while they were diving. It was just an overall smart play by Puppy. Who would have guessed Puppy makes a smart play?
He's done that once or twice before. He's been around. I've heard he's been around a while.
Yeah.
Middle lane, Puppy's still back, and yeah, it seems like this has been his lane now. He's found his new home in that middle lane. You're talking about that earlier.
Well, once Timber gets the level 2 in reactive armor, Puppy, even though he died bottom, he secured him getting some levels, so he's fine bottom on Timber, and now Puppy's just sitting middle. He's not even rotating between top.
They're trying to open on a mid one. That Sleight of Fist dodge, though, on the stun. They get the turn kill and a Vengeful Spear. Puppy getting somewhat low himself, but Lil is as well. Has to respect the damage of the Flame Guard. Walks it off with that Astral Imprisonment, but yeah, that was a huge timed play by mid one with that Sleight of Fist once again.
I mean, they were talking about where's Yapsor on top, like Rubik players. I mean, mid one, it's hard to argue besides maybe some of those other middle players, but I mean, mid one's definitely a top 3 Ember, if not number 1.
Oh, yeah.
And you just saw right there. That Sleight of Fist, level 1 as well. It's so small. Like, you can easily just mess up and you run instead of just using it immediately, so mastery of a hero.
And he's done that once or twice before himself. Fata, meanwhile, putting out the Shock Rim, has more support coming in. General throwing out the Primal Roar, but again, Fata, a tough target to kill, goes without saying. LeBron Dota is taking some good damage. He might be the sacrificial lamb, and he is, in a sense, as Lil. Getting there somewhat late. Has that Astral Spirit, though, the plus damage, the movement speed. Fata, one more attack. The Astral Spirit will finish the job. Puppy has to go the other direction. Will be popping an Invis soon. Will it be in time, though, Lil? Oh, he needs one more. He gets the Invis off, and he's going to survive for now. Not enough mana for that Astral Spirit. And Puppy will just keep on running. He's going to try to snipe the Courier, actually, in the process. Not going to get there in time, though. That was damn close. But, yeah, they do turn on the Timbersaw, though, does Navi.
Yeah, that was smart. He knows the Chicken's going to go back, but he saw LeBron, and LeBron might have some detection, and now, well, Chicken's going the other way. They're not letting that Chicken get sniped. That's just too big of a game changer.
I mean, Bounty Hunters, especially Puppy, again, with his history, does this all the time. So, again, Navi smart enough to pick up on that, expecting it. Dendy top lane.
That's a 3-core rotation.
That really is. Wow, all 3 cores are up here. You called it. Shock Rim helping to finish the job. Fought credit for the kill, and he's going to take that tower. But, yeah, not often you see that. A Chaos Knight, Ember, and a Timbersaw at the top lane.
And meanwhile, bottom lane, yeah, I mean, Secret does do this a little bit, though, because now Yapsor gets farmed. You need your Rubik to get early level 6, especially someone like Yapsor. So he'll have a free lane to be down there and just farm it.
And they're still pushing up there. Puppy nearby, but not the most life to work with, so no way he's opening. Vengeful does have a dust. Being pointed out there, looks like he's even used the one already, so has one more to work with against the Bounty Hunter. But again, another reason why Bounty Hunter can be pretty good to pick up, because it does force the other supports to be picking up items such as this dust, investing gold, and if they happen not to get the kill on Bounty Hunter, you know, that's a lot of gold down the drain.
Yeah, exactly. I'm more excited. I can't wait to see this Elder Titan once he gets higher levels of that, the aura going against the Timbersaw. I think Timbersaw gets reasonably countered by him, but obviously he has to be on top of him.
Yeah.
And do you really want your Elder Titan on top of a Timbersaw?
Yeah. That's a good point. Puppy, he is dusted up here, so speaking of that, and it looks like they want to keep him for OD. Just going to block him somewhat. And
I would love if they somehow didn't have a Sentry Ward and the dust wore off as the orb goes, and he just gets away like, oh boy.
That was a mistake.
That was smart. Crystallize gets kill, and mid one almost dead as well. And you see that, though. I mean, OD is 6th in the net worth right now, while Ember is 4th.
Yeah, doing very good. Yeah, it goes back to OD. You know, again, on paper, maybe he should be doing pretty good in the middle lane, but so far, not as good as he hopes for. Lil going to be lifted up before the stomp connects, and the Brawn, he can just throw out a Wave of Terror, and that is it. Good lift there from Yapsor, takes credit for the kill, but Fata, he's found his new home, apparently at the top lane as they've rotated. Chaos Knight, of course, at the bottom now, and finding some pretty good farm himself. Now, a hero that we haven't talked a lot about this game is that Beastmaster, topping the net worth charts with 4,000 net worth currently.
He is not even with the IO on his team this time. I mean, it's a one-on-one, and actually Timbersaw, I mean, actually loses like level 1, 2, 3 to the Timbersaw Beastmaster matchup, but now no one's down there, right? It was just Yapsor down there for like 2 minutes. Beastmaster's like, man, this is easy. I just throw 2 axes at the Rubik. He can't do anything in lane. And look at Ace.
Might get a kill. Ace
no
barely alive, but as you pointed out, just not enough reach here. Dendy's still going. He's like, come on.
Wait. Little. He has phase boots.
If he can land an Echo, but I don't think he's going to land that. Yeah, he's Ace should be able to avoid and easily going to survive in the end, but close call, close call. Wasting plenty of time on the Chaos Knight there.
Here's you see 1K plus lead for Secret already, and that's great for them because the OD should be doing a little bit better here, and instead they've lost their safe lane tier 1, and now there's just YapzOr's going to be up there all game. He can make them defend that tier 2. That's the best thing about being able to change your aura. Now I know that was a change a long time ago, but you can just pretty much clear creep waves, especially you get something like Breathe Fire. Breathe Fire plus Fade Bolt instantly kills a creep wave every time, and they have to defend it.
You still see right there sitting on the triple mango, hasn't had to use one just yet. Eventually, I'm sure that'll come into play, especially with a spell steal now online. Doesn't currently have anything. It doesn't actually have the null field, as you're suggesting that. That is a little bit. I mean, we usually see that at least 1 point. Now I know it did get nerfed slightly in a recent patch, but interesting.
If you get something like Wild X or Breathe Fire, you don't need it anyways.
True. Bottom lane, Fata. That's plenty of damage coming out. Crystalite throws out the Sanity's Eclipse. Not enough damage to take out Fata, though. However, no mana on Fata currently. He will get some back, and he finishes the job onto OD. That Vengeful Spirit Aura, however, spawning that illusion, but little damage. Puppy, the Shoryuken will finish the job, and the tower's attacking the creep, so he's fine as well. That dive ends up working out pretty well for Secret, 2-0.
God, and that's OD's skilled ulti this early and doesn't even get a kill and dies with it. This is just, Navi is just feeling, besides General, Navi's feeling like garbage right now.
Yeah.
Well, General probably is too, because he knows his team's probably down a decent chunk.
At the same time, you know, it's on his shoulders to an extent right now, and he's trying to make a play at the top lane. He problem roared initially. Wild X is coming out and will indeed successfully get the kill onto Ace. So he is moving around and setting up kills elsewhere. Of course, that's a response you're looking for. Puppy, is this the first courier kill? It sure is. And we knew it was coming eventually. I mean, you're dealing with a bounty hunter. It's just like a nature's prophet, perhaps. There's just some heroes. You're going to have to accept at least a couple.
They go for a roar, don't get it. And I mean, you see the warding on the map, right? They have the ward on the normal spot top, so they see if the chicken goes top lane. They have that one in the middle lane between tier 2 and tier 3. If he sees the chicken go top or middle, he's just going to go there.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty easy snipe from there.
And it's worth it, you know. Even though there's been several times where he hasn't gotten it. In the end, that one that he happens to get, it's just so much gold, so much helps out for the team. So big plays there.
It does feel rough for Secret though. They have 3 cores who want to farm early, right? Like CK needs items, Timber needs items, and Ember needs items, and you see Ace getting thrown to the wolves.
Well, Timber saw. Okay, he's put under there at the last second. Yapsters with those wild axes that he stole. Now he steals the extra imprisonment. And Fanta though goes forward. He ends up dying in the process. Ace off to the side trying to deal with the Beastmaster. The Echo Stomp connects. It looks like on Ember Spear for now. The Ear Splitter's not going to really hit anybody. General gets pulled back in. This is going to be a big kill. Remember, top net worth in the game currently is General. Can Ace finish the job? General goes bottom.
Nice juke.
Ace went up to the top, and General actually is going to TP out in time. The fact that he gets out again, absolutely big for Navi, because that would have been a lot of bounty going the way of Secret.
Yeah, would have been. Instead, he gets his book 1, and now he might be ready to push some towers. They still haven't taken 1 tower with their Beastmaster yet, while their safe lane has been down for a while. They lost their tier 1 bottom as well. Navi, they have to take these towers right now. They have to get some gold for the cores, even the supports.
Bounty Hunter does have track, so start keeping that in mind. Of course, you see the network start ramping up, ideally.
Yeah.
If you're Secret, looking for more kills, that's more wild. So is Wild Axe is really one of the big abilities he's looking to steal here, safe to say?
I think actually just that, or if he's not team fighting, well, wait up, they might go for this kill top.
Flame Guard, obviously kicking in here for mid 1. I mean, they don't have nearly enough damage. He's just going to fight them even. He's not afraid. He has TPs coming in, actually. There's those Wild Axes, and Dendy's the one that's in trouble. Steals the Breathe Fire. Whenever Crystallites looking like he's farming. Back over to Dendy. Going forward.
Misses that, but
misses it initially, but hits the chains there, the searing chains, and Fata will cut on through.
I think it's besides like you were saying, besides the big ulti like Beastmaster Roar, maybe even a swap. I think it's just Breathe Fire, Wild Axes, so he can just shove waves. Just all he needs to do, Fade Bolt plus that, shove waves, and does have the Veil now on Ember. So this Ember's getting scary. I'm surprised how much farm he has this early in the game. Like usually mid one's one of those guys. Okay, I did decently in the laning phase, but I'm gonna make my mark in the mid game, and well, he is set up for success.
Sounds like you like the Veil, though.
I like the Veil.
Early on.
I think you still do that now that obviously Maelstrom's been buffed. The magic damage dealing from Ember has definitely gone a little bit higher again.
So you almost expect to see Maelstrom as well?
I think so. I think Boots of Travel first. I still think Boots of Travel is very good in a game like this.
Timbersaw, he actually has a point booster on him. It was working towards that Bloodstone initially. I think he might be going to Yules first, though. before he finishes that Bloodstone. It looks like they're going to transition somewhat, just getting some early stats. Puppey, Sentry. They see him. They see him. Can they get the swap off in time? There's the dust coming out, and here comes Ember Spirit, though, flying in for the left-hand side. Sleight of Fist once again dodges the Echo Stump, or maybe it didn't. Anyways, he ranged it. It will burn down the Vengeful Spirit with that Flame Guard active, and now the lift from Rubik. Not much more Lil can do other than put out that zoning or splitter, which kind of connects on a Fata, slowing him down just enough, and Lil able to walk it off, but they lost 2, including that OD bottom lane Beastmaster. Yeah, they want to try to get him, but he is going to fall back in time before he gets caught.
CK actually did cancel a TP, but General's doing what he has to do. He has to make space on the map for his team, and he kind of is, right? He almost took a tier 2, but Secret doesn't even care. They're fine just getting all these kills. You know what? Whatever. We're gonna lose the bottom side. As long as we get some wards up, we'll be fine. But if you do look at that map, there's a lot of wards from both teams. Dire has 2 middle and then 1 near the Shrine bottom by Radiant, and then all of Radiant's wards are super aggressive, actually, on Dire's side of the map. So neither team's playing defensive right now. That's for sure. All the wards are aggressive.
I just can't get over how Beastmaster is so farmed, especially when his team is, a bit behind in pretty much every other case. The fact that Beastmaster is managing some crazy farm. He's a good 1,500 net worth lead over the next in the game in that Ember Spirit currently in the Timber Saw. So how much, is there more that General can be doing here, or like what should he be doing with this farm?
With that Veil Ember, they just can't win team fights, so he just has to continue to split push and maybe take like some 4v5 engagement, stuff like that. But
well, here's a big engagement in favor of Secret initially, although maybe not so much. Mid one trying to run out. He gets swapped back in though. Going to be stunned up with the magic missile, and down goes mid one. So great find for Navi right there. Meanwhile, Puppey, he's having to go invis to get the hell on out as Dragonite trying to take him out in the process as well. But Ember Spirit falling, that's a 3-kill streak stopper as well. Navi, as a team, they find a big kill.
Yeah, that was a nice play by LeBron. He actually faked his stun out, so Ember sleight of fisted to dodge it, but he didn't actually use it and got it off. Just a nice play by LeBron.
Yeah, he's kind of, we saw the big play earlier with that sleight of fist, so.
LeBron's like, not this time.
Yeah, figuring he's going to be, having those fast fingers ready. Called his bluff in the end, so well played.
Now they got to take that stack. With CK with the armlet and Fada, they could actually just lose their, Dire could lose their own Ancient stack. They have to start going take that. Because Navi, they take that Ancient stack, they're right back to like almost a gold lead. It was a 4 to 5 stack, and you see it getting pinged out by Radiant.
So Timbersaw he seems like he has been a little unsure as he got a 4-stat finish on OD, but he is actually going back to committing towards a Bloodstone. I mentioned earlier I saw the Yules queued up for him with that point booster, but do you see it either way?
No, I think he's just going to continue. He just wants, they just need to dodge stuns and survive until the rest of their team can get there, and Yule's always going to be the best. Even Yapsor just picked up his Yules as well. He is pretty farmed.
Track kill potentially, Vengeful Spirit, but he has backup nearby. LeBron Dota going to be lifted up, however. 4-staff's not going to save him. The Fire Remnant finishes the job. So again, a track kill, that much more coming out. For Secret, they would love more out of this. Navi, though, looks like they're running, though. OG TPing out, and Beastmaster will clear the trees and continue running himself.
Yep, that's all because Yapsor just kept top pushed in. It was actually pushing into the tier 2, so someone has to go and defend it.
Puppey. The courier snipe. Oh, the tree. He didn't have the vision initially. Couldn't angle. Now the Necronomicon level 3 coming out, and down goes Puppey. Oh, that's gotta feel bad. You're the bounty hunter.
Yeah, you're fine. You're like, oh, I got a chicken kill. I died. Who cares? But the fact you don't get the chicken kill, you just kind of. Obviously you're not
close.
that sad you lost that, but General, he's just growing. Yeah, over 1,500 gold lead.
Especially given up to Beastmaster of all heroes again. That net worth continues, but obviously it goes without, again, Beastmaster's not a hero that's going to take over the game necessarily. In the early to mid game, though, he has that potential, as you said, with pushing objectives, as he's doing here with the Necro level 3. And is Secret doing something wrong in terms of addressing the Beastmaster, or they kind of just have to accept what it's doing here?
You'd rather have Beastmaster farm than a DK or OD, and they're doing a good job of shutting those down for the most part, right? The other 3 cores are ahead of DK and OD, so... oh, see ya. That's a full Shadow Blade. Holy smokes.
That makes up for what happened about a minute ago. Dragonite, track kill on top of that. The sequence of events here. The Echo Stomp will save Denny initially, but the lift will secure it. From Yapsor. Denny, maybe not. Armletago coming out. Was that an Armletago? No, that was actually just a wand use. Almost looked like an Armletago. Anyways, he goes down to the end. Like I said, that track kill. So the efforts of Lil not enough.
And he doesn't have Shadow Blade for 3 minutes now. So, I mean, Dendy, that's a good move to survive as well as initiate, and he just doesn't have it. Goes down with the chicken.
And they're still going. They find LeBron now by himself. And you notice what's kind of the difference is now with Secret getting some more and more pickoffs is that they're spread out on Navi's side. Yeah. Where, earlier when they got the kill on Ember Spirit or even at the bottom, they've been kind of grouped up. And is that a mistake on Navi's part, or is that just naturally going to happen?
Just Navi can't take. That's the problem with their draft, right? Navi, they have decent team fighters, but Secret has better team fighters because that Ember got so much farm. And if they go for a 5-on-5, I think they just lose it. So it's just, I don't know what they do on the map right now.
Track kill on Beastmaster, Phantasm. Actually, the Echo Stomp doesn't hit him, and they kill the Beastmaster. 300 gold going the way of mid one, who got credit for that kill, the 3-kill streak stopper. Lil's also going to get caught out. No more stomp to use. Double kill for the Ember Spirit, and this is start. It's an 8,000 net worth lead.
It was 4,000 1 minute ago. They kill the chicken, get 3 track kills, and like that. You see Ace doesn't really have that much farm, but he's involved in some track kills. He was the one sacrificed. You see Fada had a nice lane on Timber. Mid one, I mean, I don't want to say destroyed middle, but now you look back and you're like, man, he won a lane that maybe should have been a little bit harder. Obviously, Puppy was there for the most part, but now nobody's under-farmed on the Radiant side because you're getting these track kills.
Kyle was asking on the panel as far as, what do you get against the OD? For me personally, and that always comes up, is a Heaven's Halberd. I think Heaven's Halberd is, a couple things from the disarm to the evasion on that hero itself. It's a very good item. We do see Chaos Knight prioritizing a Heaven's Halberd as a result. So yeah, you like that?
He's the utility person on their team right now, even though he's their carry.
Engagement bottom lane. Proper Roar onto the Bounty Hunter, but ODG's just trying to live. That's not going to work. General getting your late. The Echo Stomp at least may prevent him from going down as the track's thrown up, but mid one's just a little too far away. No more fire remnant to gap close right there. But they kill the OD as I say that.
Hello.
Fata, he just flies on in with the chains right there. Mid one. Sleight of fist, searing chains himself. The earth splitter. Again, Fata, he avoids it himself as well. DK is going to end up falling. And Secret's just not giving up. They're just still chasing. They want LeBron Dota as well. And they're going to get LeBron Dota with the Reality Rift pull in. Nobody dying on the side of Secret. You got to think multiple, if not all of those were track kills as well. And that's a tier 2 tower. Look at that graph. That's just a Bounty Hunter going off game.
Feels good. The one thing Secret doesn't have, obviously, they don't even really need, is tower pushers. I mean, you have a CK as your best tower pusher, but you kill all the heroes, you're going to get towers eventually, and that's what they're doing. And they're 11K up at 21 minutes. They've lost one hero in the last, I believe, 8 minutes, and it was Puppy dying once after missing that courier snipe. No one else has died.
You were making that point, though, about CK as that fight was starting out. Even though he's, quote-unquote, the carry player and everything, he's not necessarily being the ultimate damage dealer, at least right now, for the team.
Yeah, this Ember's doing so much. This Ember can, if he doesn't get stunned, he could just 1v5 him. Well, obviously. if you don't get stunned, you're going to have a great time. But now Ember finally being that Beastmaster as well as Fada. And I don't think they have damage to kill Fada anymore, because if Little gets in there with the aura, he's gonna get obliterated so quickly. And this is getting to the part where you're like, well, this Timbersaw is never going to die. We have to ignore him. And if you're ignoring a Timbersaw, he's just doing a ton of damage.
Meanwhile, Yap God, Blink, Yules, he's working on an axe now. It's only 22 minutes
more
into
than
the
the
game.
OD. He is higher than the OD right now. That's Yapzor. Maybe he moved from number 10 for Gods to number 9 with this game. We'll see. But Roshan, Navi might think, let's sneak a Roshan. We get it, but
Bounty saw
you can't do it as a bounty. Yeah, exactly.
He saw that they know it's. I mean, Navi's in a desperate spot, so it's kind of understandable. But you figure this is not going to work. Secret, here we go. They're collapsing in. Timber chain forward. Tracks are put up. General. He's going to be lifted, stopped initially. Phantasm, that's 3 Phantasm army, and they just pull in the Vengeful. Almost melt him off the bat. The Wave of Terror, that was stolen, will finish top. Timber's on the back lines, but out comes the Sleight of Fist as well as a Timber. They lose Timbersaw right there, but those Searing Chains helping to lock them down, keep them in place. They kill 4, and it's just General running away on that Beastmaster. So, he's beefy.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Goes without saying, but yeah, it's not going to work. GG's called, and that's game 2 for Secret. So, again, comfort picks equal a comfortable victory for Secret.
Yep, the smartest play for Navi was to try to get that Roshan, but because Puppy was there, he gets the track, and then I love Yapzor Wave of Terrors to give him vision, so he actually gets a track inside of the pit, and they just have full knowledge, and the game was over right there. It was a fine call by Navi, but now you see that is 2 22-minute games, actually, one for each side of thing, and it looks like when Secret goes back to what works for them, people still don't know how to counter besides maybe VP and Liquid. They just look too good.
Lil, wasn't really sure about the first game with his reaction, as we saw right there with the shrug. Game 2, he actually does the same thing.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know what to make of this series, what the hell's going on right now. And I can understand that, I guess, to an extent, as you said. 2 very quick victories for either team here.
You have to ban Rubik or Bounty Hunter. You gave them their 2 favorite heroes in the opening, and you didn't get that much yourself. You didn't get the Beastmaster IO because IO was banned, and I think that's the biggest thing. You dominated lane, which General still did.
Yeah.